Welcome back, fellow shop rats. Today we're working on my vise that I broke a while ago. The bottom came off when we were building the air cleaner for the 26 Oakland. And I either need to fix this or replace it. And if I take this one off, I would have to add a vise. And, well, I just don't feel like taking somebody else's advice.
That was really bad.
Today we're fixing this old cast iron vise, and I'll try not to make such terrible jokes.
But I'm sure I will.
Stick around, don't go away. We're going to do it. I'm Mike, and
This is My Cars Shop.
I was working on something else today and trying to film an episode, and my good buddy Joe from Bird's Do-It-Yourself Garage was texting me and asking how I was doing, and I said, have you ever had one of those days when you just feel like going out and sitting by the side of the road in a cardboard box and crapping your pants? And that's the day I've had today. So I decided to stop what I was doing and do something productive. Maybe. I don't know. We're doing this anyway. I need to get this fixed or I need to get it replaced. And I'd rather not replace it. A little bummed that it broke, but it's old. It's kind of like me.
I'm old and I'm broke too.
So we're going to remove this, and then we'll flip it over and take a look at it and come up with a game plan to try to fix it. And we're going to do it completely the wrong way, which is the way I like to do things. I don't have the stick welder attachment for my TIG welder. So I'm going to do what I did on the other vise that I still have here somewhere when it broke down here, and I just welded it all the way around with my MIG welder. We're going to try that. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. And if not, we'll have to get some nylon and weld it up that way. If not, we'll have to get a new vise, and that's not in the budget at all. Okay, I've got to figure out the best way to do this. Probably the best way to do this is remove this from that and create some space in there and get that all cleaned up, because we've got stuff and other stuff and other stuff too. It's okay like this. I'll take my grinder and clean that up, and we're just going to run a MIG weld across there and see what happens. I don't expect it to be perfect, but I'm also thinking about maybe making some kind of a strap to support that to go around there as well. But that other vise, I was quite surprised for the way I fixed that years ago. It held. I mean, it still works. It doesn't, there's no spinning anymore, but it's been that way for 25 years probably. So you don't have to do it right as long as it works. As we say around here all the time, it doesn't have to be right. It just has to be done. Okay, got it all switched around because I knocked it on my foot. It's a good thing I didn't have the camera on. Ain't nobody needs to hear that. I think I got everything set up now in a good way, and let's see what happens here. We're gonna start in the middle and work our way out. Maybe. Boy, those welding classes sure are paying off, ain't they, boys? So I had to grind that down again because I forgot to hook the ground up to the welder. I had it hooked up over here, and I was getting a lot of buildup. So I've got my wire speed down really low, my amperage turned all the way up, and I went over that one 3 times, and I went over the other side twice. I don't know how hot this is, but yeah, not bad. So I could grind that down and go over it one more time, but you can see I was having some ground issues there again. I started building up a little bit, but I was having problems with my tip. Much better penetration in here, so good enough. I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to shoot some paint on that, and then we'll get it reinstalled back on the bench, and we'll find out if it lasts more than 2 or 3 seconds. Good enough. So let's get her put back on now. Back in where she belongs, in the bench. Oh, that's warm. And see if she breaks again. I also need to get some new jaws for it, but I'm not going to mess with that until we make sure that that other thing isn't going to break. There it is. So if that doesn't work, if I end up breaking it again, I'm going to get an eye rod, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to weld it all the way around, inside and outside, and that will never be a problem again. So I did put a couple extra little welds on the back there, and then inside as well, just for a little extra strength. But if I nye rod that down, that'll never be a problem. But we're going to use it like that for now because I don't have any nye rod. I don't have the lead for my welder, and at least I can use it. I just need to remember not to put a 3-foot pipe on here and really reef it down until I take care of business there and get that resolved. So, but at least it's usable. The other thing that will help is if I get some better jaws, I'm going to measure those out and get a set ordered, something with some good teeth in it, so that I don't have to crank it down so hard to get it to hold stuff. If it's got some decent teeth, it should be good. And then we'll make some jaw protectors out of sheet metal so that if we're putting like sheet metal in we don't want to mark up, that will work as well. So I need to measure those out and get online and see about some replacement jaws. There it is. Let's see what size it is. Looks like a 4-inch jaw. It's 4.02. So, and then our screws are about 2.3, probably 2.25. 2.3. So 4-inch jaw with 2.2 centers. Well, I've had as much as I want to enjoy for one day. I started another project, and that went in the septic tank, and just like I said, not feeling it, but I wanted to get that done. But as I said, if that doesn't hold, which it may not, I'm not saying it is. I'm saying I've gotten away with it in the past, but that's the key, is gotten away with it. But right now I can use it where I couldn't use it the way it was. I've tried, believe me, and it just, So if I have to, I'll get some nye rod and we'll get the stick welder attachment for my TIG, and we'll nye rod the crap out of that thing, and it'll be just fine. I probably could just run around it with the MIG, but I feel like I need to get even more heat in if I'm going to do that, and I can't quite get that with the MIG welder. So I think that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to go in and edit some video and call it a day, and maybe sit in a corner and suck my thumb instead of going out and sitting in a cardboard box by the side of the road and crapping my pants. So that'll do it. I appreciate you being here, and some days it's just like that in the shop, and if you're going to spend the day with me, that's the way it is. I've also been doing a big project out here, getting all of the scrap wood from all kinds of construction projects cleaned up, and all the other stuff. I like leaving those tires there because they help keep the door from blowing out, but I'll probably deal with those. Got most of that cleaned up over there now. Got a couple more things to deal with, but we're getting there. I got all my angle iron here, and I want to make a metal rack soon and get all my metal in one location, but I haven't figured out where I'm putting that yet. So, all right, that'll do it. We will catch you on the next one, and hopefully it'll be a little more exciting than this one, but if you're going to spend the day here, you get what you get. Don't forget, it's important.